Hello everyone. Today we are going to learn about CSS selectors. So what is the use of CSS? CSS is nothing but cascading style sheets. So while developing any web pages, for giving styles for elements, we have to use CSS. So here, what is the use of CSS selector? It is used to find the HTML elements you want to style. So directly, if you are writing style for a web page, while writing a web page, you are going to mention the style for each and every element. Suppose if you are using paragraph style, heading style, table style, those you are going to mention with such style attribute. So instead of specifying that way, it is easy to write CSS separately, and you can include that CSS into HTML. So here also, if you are writing each and every element CSS separately, then also it is going to and it is going to write. It is necessary to write more code, right? So to avoid that, we can use of CSS selectors. Suppose let us take example. If you are using same style for paragraph and H3 element while developing any web page, so instead of writing both the styles separately, you can choose that select. You can write the CSS by using the selectors. So here we have different types of selectors: simple, combinator, attribute, pseudo clause, and pseudo elements. So let us discuss one by one with examples. So first I'll discuss element selector. So here you need to write first HTML code. Suppose here I have a paragraph tag. Okay. So I'm writing paragraph 5. This is my first paragraph. So for this, I want to apply style. Okay. And here I have one more uh, heading like H3. So I'm using, this is the text I want to display with H3. Suppose if you take another head tag, that is H5, heading tag H5. So this is a heading H5. So after writing this, so here if you want to run this, so this is the output we got it. So here we got the color. So this is the way of writing CSS, right? Every for every element you need to specify the style. Suppose let us take some H3, H5 also you want to mention the colors. So by using the style attribute, you can mention the colors. So instead of that, we are going to write with the CSS so that you can include in head tag. So in you need to add style. Okay, so in style tag, instead of style attribute, here you are mentioning for element style attribute. Okay, so instead of mentioning this, you need to write a style tag. In style tag, you can take the element that is paragraph, then you can specify the style, whatever you want to apply. So I am mentioning here color red. Okay, so like this, you can separate the another style with semicolon. So for this paragraph, and for H3 also you can mention same thing for H5. I want to give style. So this is the way of writing CSS. So this will come under internal CSS. Why? Because where we have written HTML code, there only you are writing CSS. So it is will come under internal CSS. So once refresh your web page, you can able to see your output. So here, then what is the use of this simple selector? Simple selector is nothing but by mentioning the element name, if you are writing the style, so that will come under simple selector. Then what is the second one? Combinator selector. So combinator selector is nothing but, suppose if you want to mention all the tags like paragraph tag, H3 tag and H5 tag with the same color. Okay, so if you are going with the simple selector, you need to write each and every element name and the styles. So instead of that, you can mention it with comma, then H3, then H5. Okay, so you can mention only I want to display it with all with red color. So Control S, then refresh it. So all got in same color. So whenever if you want to apply same style for the elements, if you want to apply same style for the elements, then you need to go with the combinator selectors. Combinator selectors means you can combine the elements. You can combine the elements and you can write the CSS. So this will come under combinator selector. Then what is universal selector? In simple selectors, we have one more thing, that is universal selector. So what is universal selector is, instead of writing each and every element name, just you can mention it with star. So star indicates like it is going to apply for all the elements, whatever the elements you have written in a web page. So for all the elements, that style will be applied. So I'm mentioning changing the color here. So then refresh it. So all the elements will be applied with the style that is blue color. Okay. So this is the use of universal selector. So now what we discussed, simple selectors and combinator selectors, and we have one more thing, that is universal selector. Next, coming to attribute selector. So what is this attribute selector? Suppose here, if you are having input, okay, so input some type is equal to, I am giving text, input type is equal to text. And here I am giving label as name of the student. So if you give like this, what is the output you are going to get? Like here, name of the student, and you are going to get the some box, text box. So if you want to give for this box, if you want to give any specific style for it, okay, so then you can mention that with the attribute selector. Another type we have, what is that? Attribute selector. So here, how to write the attribute selector CSS? So just to mention here, input, first tag name, element name, okay. In bracket, write which attribute you want to select. So I'm giving like type is equal to text. Type is equal to text. Then you can mention the CSS for it. So I am mentioning like border with 2 pixels. Border with 2 pixels. And if you want to mention the color for border also, you can mention it like solid, and mention the color name solid green. Okay. Then if you want to give another style like background color also, some red or anything, so that you can mention background color red. Okay, so just save it. So now you got, for this text I have changed the style for a text box. Suppose let us take, you have written same code with input type as password. I'm changing here password. Password, okay. So now I'm changing input type as password. So just save it. So now whether this style will be applied to password or not? No. Why? Because we have mentioned input type is here only text. So whatever the text boxes you are creating, for that text box only this style will be applied. So here you didn't get any style for this text box. Okay, so this will come under attribute selector. By mentioning the attribute, like here I am mentioning type is a attribute, right? Attribute for input tag. So for the, by mentioning that, if you are writing the CSS, so that will come under attribute selector. Okay, so still now we discuss simple selector, combinator selector, and universal selector, and attribute selector. Now coming to pseudo clause and pseudo element selectors. So I am taking new file. So what is this pseudo class and pseudo element? First we will go with the pseudo class. Pseudo class.html. So here what is the use of this pseudo class is, here we need to mention pseudo class. It is a keyword that can be added to a selector, to define style for a specific state of an element. Pseudo class is a keyword that can be added to a selector to define a style for a special state of an element. So how to write this? Actually, in this we are having two types of pseudo class selectors. So here we have first one, that is interactive selector, and another one we have structural selector. Interactive pseudo class selector and structural pseudo class selector. So what is this interactive pseudo class selector is, we can use of these things, keywords like hover and active, okay, and we can use of hover, active, and link, and we can use of visited. So coming to interactive pseudo class selector, we can use the keywords like these four. What is the use of this and how to use this, we will discuss. Hover, active, link, and visitor. And here over, we can write one more thing, that is focus. Hover or focus. Okay. Then coming to structural, we have here first first iPhone child, okay, or last iPhone child, first or last iPhone child. So here this is the use of, by using these keywords you can write the pseudo class selectors. So coming to example, suppose if we are writing a list, by using the list tag, if you want to display the items in a list, so I am taking OL, then I am giving list items, okay. So I am giving some fruits, you can add some 3 to 4 items into this list. Okay, so after adding these 4 items, suppose if you want to give any specific color, suppose let us take how we will run this code, what you are going to get, like list of items you are going to get on a web page, right? So these are the items you got it on a web page. So now if you want to mention any specific color for any list item, suppose mango, okay, or if you want to mention the colors, which color a fruit will have, okay, suppose if we take apple, red color, banana yellow, grapes green, and mango again yellow. So for that, how to write a selector? So by using the style in head section, okay, so here I'm going to use style. So in style you can mention li, like colon. So first, what is that? By RST. This one you can take first child, first child, then mention the color, red I am mentioning, okay. So next, we will see this whether we are getting or not. Okay, now it is changed, right? So next we will add for second one also. Nth child, you can mention the which child is 2. Okay, so I am giving color yellow. Okay, next again li. Like this you can write nth child of 3. So color green. So now we change the colors. Okay, so next for fourth one also same color. So copy this. So I'm mentioning here 4. Okay, so now we change the list item colors. So this is the way of using structural pseudo class. Okay, structural pseudo class. This one, first child, last child. Okay, so if you want to go with the list items with the different colors on a web page, then you can use of structural pseudo class selector. Okay, so then what is interactive pseudo class? What is interactive pseudo class? So for that I'm taking again new file. Pseudo element I'm giving file name pseudo element dot html. So here what is this pseudo element is sorry, interactive pseudo class is interactive pseudo class. It will be used for like anchor tag, or it can be used for input like form tags. Okay, so here suppose I have a input type. Input type is equal to input type is equal to text. Okay, so for this I'm giving again your name. Okay, so for this how to write interactive pseudo class. So here head section add style. In style you can write like input or you can mention over. Okay, then you can mention the color. Otherwise we will take background color. So background color red. So press Ctrl S, then run this input element. Sorry, pseudo element. Interactive pseudo I'll give. I'll change the file name. I have given sudo element. Okay. So with this, we will run. It is the file name psudo. So this is the output. You got it right. Okay. So what is the use of this over is? Input over is. So here you need to mention the tag name like input. Okay. Then you can mention here hover. It is a keyword. Okay. While writing CSS, you need to mention if you are mentioning this keyword. So what is the CSS? It is applied whenever you are focusing on that element. Means if you place your mouse on that element, then it is going to be changed that CSS. Okay. So this is about interactive pseudo class. Then what is the use of this active active link and visited? So these three are going to use for anchor tag. Suppose here I have created a one anchor tag. Okay, I have used anchor tag some href. I'm giving same file name psudo element. Okay, dot html. I'm attaching that file. So here this is a link I'm giving. So if you run this, it will display like this. So if you want to change this color, whenever if you click on this, okay, or if you already visited this link, so then it should change the color of that. So how to write for that? Then use the tag a colon give active. Okay, so mention the color active. I'm using green. Okay, then you can use link, then color active link and color. I'm giving this red. Next for a colon visited. Okay, so visited, you can mention the color with green. Already we got it. Okay, we will take another color, yellow. Okay, so active link and visited. So if you run this, see, whenever it is where we gave red, means it is linked. If it is displayed on web page, then it will be red color. If you click on this, then it should change the color visited, that is yellow. Okay. Then active So here this file is SCD. Once again we refresh it. Okay. So if you click on this, it should open another file. So if that link is working, then it is going to be change this visited with yellow color. Okay. So whenever you are going to refresh it, it is already visited. Because of that, it is going to be in this color. Okay. So by seeing the color, that anyone can understand whether you visited that link or not. Okay, so these are the pseudo interactive keywords which can be used for anchor tag. If you want to apply CSS for anchor tag, then you can go with the active, link and visited. For this over is, it is going to use for input type. Input type hover you can mention, or you can mention focus. Both are same. Okay, so this is about pseudo class selector. Once again, we will revise it. So in pseudo class selector, we have two things, that is interactive pseudo class and structural pseudo class. So in interactive pseudo class, we have again hover, active, link and visited. And in structure, we are having an first child and last child. So here you may got the how to change the some specific text. Okay, so coming to here, you have changed here items. Suppose instead of that, I have a paragraph. Okay, I have a paragraph. I have displayed like this. So this is my first para. Okay, so here I want to display this first letter with some specific font. So for that, how to give? How to write the CSS? So that you can go with the pseudo element. Okay, for that you need to use with the pseudo element, which we have last one, pseudo element selector. So how to write that CSS is, you need to mention P. Okay, then pseudo element, it will be accessed by double colon. See, please observe the difference. Whereas if you are having a single colon, it will come under pseudo class. If you are using double colon, means it is a pseudo element. Okay, so then you can select first letter, then you can mention the CSS. Okay, so color red. So just to save it, and it is pseudo class, right? Here we will change the file name, pseudo class. What is the file name? psudo psed. Okay, see, if you observe here, how I got T first letter, it is a red color text remaining as it is. Okay, so pseudo element, it is going to add it to a selector to style a specific for part of an element. Whereas coming to pseudo class, it is going to be apply for entire element for HTML element. But coming to pseudo element, it is going to apply a style for specific part of an element. Got it? So this is about CSS selectors. Simple selector, combinator selector, universal selector, attribute selector, pseudo class and pseudo element. So thank you for watching.